Hey, little white man's overbite for you there this morning. It is Friday. Thank goodness. This week is almost over. One more day to get through before a blessed and glorious weekend. Whether it's nice outside or not, I don't care, because I will have a great weekend enjoying some downtime and doing stuff that I really want to do. It's raining. Raining today. And cold, and I'm okay with that. But I'll tell you what, yesterday I forgot to put on deodorant. My office, the office that they have us two contractors in, has no connection to a hallway or anything. It's like a big closet, and that room is freaking hot. The airflow sucks, even with a fan, and it is roasting. I mean, it feels like, now I don't know, I'm not great at judging temperatures, but it feels like it's at least 5 degrees hotter, maybe more. It's got to be more than that, because by the time I left the office, I was Captain Stinky. So I don't want to be the stinky guy. So today I put on deodorant. My thoughts are all over the place. I did some voice work for the Exemplary DM podcast. If you are a gamer for D&D or anything like that, you should follow them on Twitter at Exemplary DM, and also check out their podcast. It is not safe for work. It is not intended for children, but neither is their D&D table. So I did some voice work for them. They have used a couple of the pieces so far, but they have a ton of other stuff from me. They ask for submissions from other users for those things, and I felt a little competition rising up, and I was like, I want to be the official guy. Me. But you know what? I can't fault them for wanting to get user submissions and having some participation with the community. That makes sense. That's fine. I just want to be the only one that they use, because I'm an attention monger. So I also want to thank, I want to thank them for putting my stuff out there. I do appreciate that. I'm hoping that through that exposure that more people sign up and try to get some voiceover work. I need to build my resume and work on honing my craft, as Liam O'Brien suggested. Liam O'Brien did the voice of Illidan, for those of you who play WoW, and I follow him on Twitter, and I asked him a series of questions about how to improve my craft, and asked him for some other ideas on what to do. So I need more exposure and more feedback from people so that I can improve what I'm doing. I also want to thank my buddy Luke on Facebook. You know who you are. I think he always watches the videos, and he always comments on Facebook. And I'm glad he finds it so entertaining. I'd like to hear from more people. So if you're watching this and you like it, please be sure to press the like button. Leave a comment here on YouTube would be great. On the Facebook is fine. On the Facebook. I'm on the Facebook. I have the cancer. Are you smoking the marijuana? That's one of my favorite lines from Mystery Men. Great movie, definitely quirky and not mainstream for everybody, but there are some hilarious references. You threw a spoon at the guy Jeff. It's great. It's a great line. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. Like I said, I'm warning you, it's quirky. So you got to take it. It's not a serious movie. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's pretty hilarious. Speaking of cancer, no, I don't have it. I don't think I do anyway. But I did go to a dermatologist yesterday. I talked to him about this. I mentioned a couple times this redness on my face. One of the medications I take has a side effect of a rash. And so I asked my doctor about it, and he said, well, the only real way to find out would be to go off the medication. Now, I find the medication very helpful, and I don't really want to go off of it. He said, well, at most, you're going to have a couple rough weeks off the medication. And I was like, I don't need any rough weeks. My weeks are rough enough without compounding it by having to go through, my body going through the symptoms of withdrawal. Long story. Anyway, so I asked them about going to a dermatologist to see if they could find out. And he was like, I don't know that they'd really be able to tell the difference. He was wrong. Because as soon as I walked in there, she looked at my face and said, no, this is not the rash that medication causes, and you would have it pretty immediately if you were going to have that rash. So she put me on some face gel and a pill to take to get rid of it. Yay, another pill to take. But still, if it's going to help, then that's awesome. I also had her look at, have like a wart on my leg, or I thought it was. She said it was scar tissue. It was probably fine to leave it there and not remove it, because often when they remove it, it actually makes it worse. I also had her look at top half of my body, at the moles, because I have a lot of freckles. You can't really see it most of the time because I don't have my arms in the screen. Look at those guns. I wasn't flexing there, by the way. Just in case anybody goes, dude, really? But I have moles and I have freckles, and I always have. My mother was a redhead. She had a lot of freckles. I lived in Arizona, so, you know, exposure to the sun and whatnot. But there have been a couple moles that, you know, some people said, you might want to get that looked at. So she looked over them and said, you know, I'm going to take these two off. And they're going to send it to the lab. I don't think it's going to be anything. I pray that it's not anything. If it is, I would be really surprised. But man, she numbed me up, thankfully. Otherwise, it would have felt like somebody sawing through the top layer of my skin. But today, well, actually last night, but also today, those things friggin' hurt. If you have ever scraped your leg or cut off just the top layer of your skin, it hurts. And this is with the sharp, I mean, she was using a scalpel. So that's painful. And I'm hoping that I don't get all tense and grouchy about it today. So I can't believe this video is as long as it is. I feel like I haven't talked about anything. I'm going to be done. Everybody have a great weekend. I botched the ending of the video a couple times, so I'm going to try again. This has been the Voice of the Big JB at Voice of the Big JB on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. And I will see everybody, not tomorrow, Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. See ya.